people were not able to come out to vote.
Exactly.
Where did they record 500,000 votes?
Yes.
480,000 votes. When people had been driven by fear from coming out to vote. Figures were simply written for the Labour Party in the East, in the entire nation. There is nowhere, no region of this country that any party, whether it is a stronghold or not, recorded 97% of the votes, except in the Southeast for Labour. 96, 95, 94, 97. That's an improbability in electioneering. Instability in the Southeast, in the entire Southeast of Nigeria. Instability with the IPOB, ESN, and all kinds of militias unleashing mayhem every time in the Southeast, driving fear into the hearts of the people of the Southeast, and to boot, declaring a one-day no movement or every Monday of no movement.
Yes.
In the entire Southeast. Do you know the concomitant result of all of this instability and pervasive mayhem? It means people were not able to come out to vote.
Exactly.
Where did they record 500,000 votes?
Yes.
480,000 votes. When people had been driven by fear from coming out to vote. Law. It is the preponderance
Exactly.
of the weight of infractions.
Exactly.
In 176,000 polling booths, you are citing infractions in 10 polling booths. Are we going to cancel 175,990,000?
For 10.
I mean, it doesn't add up. If you actually listen to yourself, I'm sure you ask the question very jocularly. Because it really doesn't add up. Now, like Festus said, you cited one example of APC people saying they must vote APC in Lagos. We also have tons of videos showing Labour Party scaring away voters all over the Southeast. In fact, at our last press conference, we showcased a woman, an APC member, a candidate for the House of Representatives in Anambra,
Yes.
in Anambra State,
Yes.
whose house property was burnt down
Yes.
completely by irate Labour people.
Did you see that in Lagos?
Prevented her from voting, drove her family out, and burnt down her property. We showcased her at our press conference, and she spoke to the press herself. Did you ever hear that happening in Lagos? But it happened in Anambra State, and all over, and in Ebonyi,
Exactly.
all over, and Imo, all over the southeastern state. And we said something at our last press conference too, which is an admonition that Asiwaju Tinubu is wont of saying. It's a refrain. He says it all the time. If you do not have the capacity to absorb the shock of defeat, you do not deserve the joy of victory.
Exactly.
If you call yourself a Democrat. And that's what President Jonathan demonstrated in 2015. He could have disputed the result. He could have called for mayhem, particularly when his agents at the INEC,
Yes.
Orubebe, started shouting and all that. He could have told that line, but he didn't. Because again, not just the sanctity of the election, but the integrity of the office of the president and the integrity of the nation, very, very important.